Welcome back. Hope you had a good break. So Nidal, Jim, Chris, and Ahmed today touched on cloud, and they covered a couple of aspects of our launches that we've announced earlier this year at Engage. Today my talk is around what is the right cloud for your business. But before we do that, let's take a step back. I'm sure all of you has attended some technology events or presentations in the last 7-8 years. This one is from Gartner. I'm sure you've seen something similar like this. Trends are changing, mobile, social, cloud, information, big data is all over the place. And you've seen statements being made that workplaces, customer experiences are being revolutionized, and CIOs and business users and business leaders are reimagining how they do business on a daily basis. While this might be true, this has been true over the last 7-8 years, I don't think CIOs specifically, IT departments and IT leaders have been extremely happy with all these changes. I would say some of them, most of them, have been spooked, have been panicking. And the reason being, there are obviously many reasons for that, many drivers for that. We believe, I think, the bad guy was this. Not the company, not the device, but the model, right? Think about it. One click of an icon, you can get any service today from these devices. People think because this is IT for them, for their own personal use, this could be IT for their enterprise. No backward compatibility, no security, you don't have to worry about servers, you don't have to worry about security, literally nothing. And business users thought that they could run their enterprise-grade IT just like they run their own devices. If I can get personal storage on my devices, if I can get personal collaboration or video conferencing on my devices, why can't I get this in my own company or my own bank or airline or what have you? If you think about your businesses today, the way you have been consuming IT, enterprise tech IT, over the last 20, 30, maybe 40 years, it would be something similar to this. The model that we've been living in, the traditional model that we've been experiencing, is that you buy a solution, any solution. You get it installed, most probably in your own server room 20 years ago, now in your data center. You buy from your vendor or your partner break-fix maintenance, very reactive maintenance. So if something goes wrong, it takes you a couple of days to fix it. And after 4 or 5 years, you call your vendor or your supplier for an upgrade, tech refresh. You update your servers, you update your applications, you get them on the latest releases, and what have not. Today, we are living in a different world. Our customers are demanding everything as a service. Everything as a service. So first of all, before they buy, they want to try. So they want to try first. They want you, or they want us as a vendor to drive full adoption, make sure that every single application, every single feature and capability is going to be utilized by all of their users. And they want those suppliers, those vendors and manufacturers to guarantee a certain business outcome. Again, higher sales, lower cost of operations, or better CSAT, or a combination of all three. And more importantly, they want the vendor, the supplier, to manage the entire complexity. Not just that specific manufacturer, in our case, Avaya, but they want the end-to-end experience, from the data center to the end user, to the PC, and everything in between. They want an SLA. They want to make sure that this system is going to be up and available for as much as their business requires. So what are we as Avaya hearing from customers these days? First and foremost, we want to be digital, and we want to be digital first. We want AI infused in our business. We want mobility. Our users and our agents and our employees are all mobile. They want new consumption models. They want OpEx. They want subscription. They want to pay what they use, not what they don't want to pay for perpetual licenses indefinitely. And definitely, they also want customization and integration part of this commercial model. At the same time, they want it secure. And secure doesn't mean it has to be in their own data center. Actually, most of our customers today don't want to invest in any data center space anymore. They want to get rid of all those spaces and utilize them for other purposes. And last but not least, they want a global, consistent service across all of their locations or wherever they might decide to expand to in the future. They want global presence. They want suppliers who are able to provide them all of these services no matter where they are. So digital, subscription, secure, delivered on-premise or off-premise or both, and global. I submit to you, we believe as Avaya that pure play, cloud-only vendors cannot deliver all of this today. Maybe 5 years from now, maybe a little bit less, but today, as we stand, for any enterprise that has multiple locations in one country or many countries, or has deep integrations and customizations, who is extremely peculiar about security and data privacy, and who wants a consistent service no matter where their business is, pure play, pure cloud providers are not able to provide this. So, as Chris mentioned today in the morning, we announced a new branding, a new storyboard for our cloud propositions. We call it Avaya One Cloud. It covers our public, private, hybrid, and CPaaS offerings. Why did we do that? Very simple. One size fits all just doesn't work, as we just mentioned. One size fits all for any business, whether it's small, medium, or large, just does not suffice. So what is the Avaya One Cloud Continuum? What does it entail? Let's start with the most obvious one, public cloud. So One Cloud Public, as the name mentions or probably means, multi-tenanted, shared platform. You can scale up, you can scale down, limited customization, obviously, available across the world, including sometimes in some locations sub-trunks, available for digital channels as well, and covered with a nice service portal where you can self-serve yourself using credit card or using other payment methods. Second is One Cloud Private. We announced earlier this year that we have One Cloud Private ready now. I'll come to this in a couple of slides with more details. It's virtualized data centers built by Avaya, managed by Avaya, delivered by Avaya, either directly or through partners. Our own data centers or our data centers of our choice worldwide, more than 20 locations as we speak. Dedicated software instances, so they are available securely and in a private manner to our customers. And obviously with a wrap of managed services from Avaya to guarantee a service level agreement and guarantee a certain availability. If you want more customization or extreme customization, Avaya One Cloud Private Custom is the solution for you. So different choices of hosting inside your data centers or inside our data centers or both, or even third-party data centers. Total customization. You need third-party solutions, third-party products, firewalls, load balancers, wall boards, or anything in between we can provide you. Again, delivered directly from Avaya or through partners, available as a service and an OpEx model, and can be delivered with on-site support and on-site engineers if required. And one cloud hybrid, very important. Today, most of our customers, we have more than 90% Fortune 500 customers today. They are not going to rip and replace what they have bought from Avaya over the last 20, 30 years. But they want one unique application that helps resolve a business problem that they have. What do? Hybrid is the way to go. Again, either from an Avaya data center or their own data center, we can deliver an end-to-end solution to address a specific requirement. You get the best of both worlds. Public scale, public flexibility with the security and the data privacy of a private network. Let me drill down to the announcement that we made earlier this year about One Cloud Private ready now. The number one challenge that a private cloud in our industry has is time to market. We claim in Avaya that we have solved this problem. So instead of waiting months and weeks, sometimes years, for a private cloud to be built for your business, we are able to deliver this solution for you within as low as a number of days. So from the proof of concept phase to the pilot to the production, as low as a couple of days or a week for delivering a UC or a CC experience. 9 simple bundles made available to you. You can consume them, and they will probably meet a little bit more than 80% of your needs. How do we do that? Automation. So we have embedded in our solution a very strong automation tool to help us spin up 9, probably a bit more, 9 or 10 reference architectures. Pre-built reference architectures to help you drive speed and time to market for your private cloud into your business. Rapid deployment and a dedicated cloud operations team to guarantee delivery of the service, more importantly, customer success. Last but not least, we define global data centers. Some of them are Avaya managed, some of them are third-party managed, but we host our own systems over there. Consistent service wherever you are, wherever your business takes you, wherever your requirements are. Just a quick snapshot of who are our Avaya customers, not only Avaya customers, our cloud Avaya customers worldwide. Just to give you an idea of some of the scale of some of these customers. Let me choose a couple of them. Bosch has been a Avaya customer for decades. When Bosch decided to go into the cloud, they had one of two options. Either go with a pure cloud player and rip and replace, and you have 160,000 UC endpoints. That's not possible. When you need decked phones in your operations, when you need integration with Skype for business, when you need integration with fax machines, cloud-only players are not able to provide all these services. We partnered with Avaya 2 years ago, $60 million contract over 5 years. And they are our customer, and we keep on helping them migrate to the cloud. Securely, privately, with customization and integration, managed end-to-end by Avaya. Another customer that we can mention here is Donata. 2 years ago, they had 15 contact centers across 3 continents, 3 countries, more than 2,000 agents, a cocktail of different vendors. They wanted to standardize their customer experience. They wanted to standardize their employee experience. They chose Avaya for 5 years as their private cloud provider of choice. And today, they've done so well, they've even added a new logo, which is Etihad Airways, as the service provider, as a BPO, to serve them and to deliver customer experience to their end users. I can talk more and more about these customers. We can do that later on in a minute. But across all verticals, across all geographies, across all sorts of needs and requirements, Avaya One Cloud Private is able to help you deliver those outcomes that you require. And the most recent announcement that you've heard today, mentioned by Jim and mentioned as well by Chris, is Standard Chartered. A couple of weeks ago, we signed an agreement with Standard Chartered. We are very proud of this partnership. This partnership is not new, has been there for many, many years. And when Standard Chartered wanted to look for alternatives or improve and modernize their contact center and their customer experience functions, they chose Avaya. And with me here today, I'd like to invite Stuart Beaumont from Standard Chartered to discuss this new announcement together on stage. Warm welcome to Stuart. Thank you very much, Stuart. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Stuart, again, thank you very much for the partnership. Thank you for the business. Really are happy to have you over here with us today.
Great.
Just a little bit about yourself and about the bank, about Standard Chartered. What are you up to these days? Your footprint and so on.
Sure. So my name is Stuart Beaumont. I'm the Global Head of Voice and Virtual. So I lead the retail contact centres as we look to unify clients' digital experiences with the staff-assisted channels. Bit about Standard Chartered. So we're a leading international bank. We're present in 60 markets and we serve clients in another 85. Our purpose is to deliver commerce and prosperity through our unique diversity, and our heritage and our values are reflected in our brand promise, Here for Good.
Brilliant, awesome. And you had a global voice and customer experience for the bank across all markets, right?
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Stuart, tell us a little bit about your customers, your end users, your consumers, and your business users. What are the trends that you're seeing in the market? What are they telling you? How their preferences are shifting? And what kind of services are they demanding from a bank of your size and your nature?
Sure. So a little bit of history. We are a 160-year-old bank. We've been around a long time. But we're moving very, very rapidly, and certainly we're looking to be in sync with our clients as they lead digitally connected lives. So we're developing a lot of digital channels and digital ways of banking, making banking easier, making banking more convenient, and making it secure. So a few years ago, we only offered voice in the contact centre and a branch. And over the last few years, we've started to introduce channels that clients choose to use. Mm-hmm. And we firmly believe that the channel the client uses is their choice. So we are seeing that is changing. Voice is no longer a preferred channel. That channels like chat, messaging, and social media are becoming preferred channels for clients to use when interacting with the bank. Mm-hmm. But we don't think voice is dead yet.
Okay.
Certainly if you're dealing with a bank like Standard Chartered, you're buying trust, you're buying advice, and it's important to be able to speak to the bank. Of course. But we do want to introduce those new channels, and some of those new channels, well, they haven't even been invented yet. I think with the internet, channels are proliferating really quickly, and so we've had our challenges along the way to introduce new channels. Mm-hmm. Now, I think for me, what was most important when implementing new channels is to make sure that channel is full service. We're not big on gimmicks. We don't want you to be able to contact the bank and get halfway through your interaction and then be told that we've got to call you or you've got to call us. It had to be full service, and to be full service, we've got to make sure that we can authenticate you, we've got to make sure it is secure, we've got to make sure that we've protected your data. And I think the other thing when introducing new channels is that they've got to enable a customer to hop between channels. Mm-hmm. Customers might start dealing with you in one way and then want to finish the interaction through a different channel.
Absolutely.
So when we introduce new channels, they have to be connected into our digital and channel ecosystem. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's a few other points to consider. Productivity, really important. Certainly, as I lead the contact centre, what we didn't want with a whole lot of new channels is a whole lot of disparate teams solving the client's inquiries in silos. So we wanted to make sure that we could unify the channels at the desktop for the agent. We wanted to make sure that we were productive and efficient in handling these client inquiries. We didn't want to lose any sales momentum either.
Of course.
You know, when you're dealing traditionally through a branch, face-to-face, and over the telephone via voice, we were very good at cross-selling and upselling and bringing in new clients. We wanted to make sure that if we're introducing new channels that the clients are choosing to use, that we could still build a relationship with them. And I suppose lastly, cost. The cost to deploy and support the channel, it had to be in line with the bank's expectations, and we had to make sure that the clients were able to find the new channel. Mm-hmm. No use implementing a new channel and them not being able to find it. So whether it be through your mobile strategy, your website, your social strategy, clients had to be able to find it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for this. So when you decided as a bank to embark on exploring cloud as an option, what made you do that first of all, and how did you end up partnering with Avaya?
Yeah, sure. So a little bit more background here. We have contact centers in 18 different countries. We have a very heavy footprint. We've got a lot of hardware. We've got a lot of software. We've got a lot of obsolescence. It becomes costly to manage, very time-consuming. So we realized a while ago that we needed to do something different. We just had to do something different. So we started to evaluate a few options, and we came up with some design principles internally. We knew that we wanted something that was more global, that was more flexible, and we started to look at cloud. And that's when we partnered with Avaya and we started to have that conversation. We wanted rich contact center functionality, and that's important. Of course. We want it in a global framework, a global system, global platform, and ideally we wanted someone to help manage it for us. So we ran a fairly robust selection process. We ran an RFP. We looked at a number of vendors, and we wanted to make sure that we could find someone that could fit those three requirements. And that's when we started to really talk to Avaya in a lot more detail.
Okay, brilliant. And I'm sure there are many customers here in the room who are running businesses similar to Standard Chartered or similar in size, maybe. Can you give us some words of wisdom on if they are embarking soon or they are about to embark on a cloud journey for their enterprises? What kind of advice would you share with them?
Yeah, well, look, firstly, I suppose I just want to talk a little bit about the solution, the opportunity that we've worked through with Avaya. And of course, you mentioned it earlier, the private cloud solution is what we're going with, a managed service globally. So that gives us the opportunity to rent the service effectively without a big capital outlay. We only pay for it as we consume it.
Exactly.
We can scale very easily, many hundreds of agents at one time. And agility is fantastic now. So because we are in so many countries, we can launch into a new market with a new contact center platform within weeks, not 12 to 18 months, which is what it was previously. But I suppose if I was to give a few points of advice for anyone thinking about going down this path, I think the first word of advice would be careful about those that are promising quick and easy solutions. There are many out there.
They don't exist.
They don't exist. They say they exist, and you just need to understand the complexities of your business. You know, we're a big old bank, and we're complex. So you've got to be careful, and you've got to understand your business and whether those quick and easy solutions are right for you. Secondly, and I'm glad you covered it again today, is spend a little bit of time getting to know cloud. It is quite confusing, and you have to understand the cloud options available to you. And depending on who you're talking to, there'll be many different definitions of cloud. And so you need to understand what are the benefits of that option, and then what are the things that might hinder you if you were to go with that cloud option.
Absolutely.
So I think, lastly, be clear about your requirements. Be really clear, and don't compromise. Really don't compromise. Because if you start to compromise, you'll find that you've found a partner that drags your business backwards. And you don't want a partner to drag your business backwards. You want a partner that can complement your business.
Absolutely. We'll make sure, Stuart, we will never drag your business backwards. Thank you very much for the business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ayman. Thank you.